It's not every day you're walking in the car park with this man. It's the legend, Johnny Francome.
Don't tell him we're going to the hotel. They'll be fucking thinking about us. Oi. Room for two.
Room for two.
So you've done some job on yourself then?
I have
Do
indeed.
you think all the setbacks you've had?
I mean, when I was in a wheelchair, John, suicidal. Crying my eyes out at home. I thought about giving up on life at times. I've got a good girlfriend, so she kept me going.
Oh, right.
So I think without her, I might not be here. You never know, you know?
Do you know what? It's one little thing. Everybody has that little moment. It's like you need somebody there just at the right time. If she hadn't been there, you never know what's going to happen.
No,
it is extraordinary.
It really is.
Just a little bit of luck.
Yeah. Life's a funny old thing.
Yeah, that's what you don't want. Yeah, luck's a lot. When I look back on, you know, my career, I was just dead lucky I went to Fred Winter. You know, all the little turns you get, you know, other people that rode equally as well as me, broke an arm or a leg and then didn't get the luck when they came back again. So many things, just taking the right road.
Indeed. Right. Right, you ready, Trev?
Yep.
Keep on rolling.
Keep rolling. Right, here we go.
Right, look who it is. It's a racing icon, Johnny Francome. Johnny, just met you in a car park here at an unnamed location. Great to meet you.
And you.
Here on a great cause on part of BetDAC. Raised £3,000 for them by tipping a few horses.
Unbelievable effort, that. Yeah, good man.
Brilliant. We were just talking about your past. You were first a young jockey for Fred Winter. If you didn't go to Fred's at the beginning of your career, how do you reckon it might have turned out? Would you be the man you are now?
I'd be in Parker's, I expect, probably doing 15 years for aiding and abetting or you know, nicking stuff or doing something. My dad always said if you can't afford it, steal it. But I don't know. Who knows? I've just been in luck. Fred Winter was incredibly loyal. You know, I think when I look back now, if I was a young jockey starting, I'd struggle to have made it. These days, you know, if Richard Johnson's available, doesn't matter how well you've written something, they give it to a senior jockey. But Fred, if you worked hard and you rode it and you won on it, you stayed on it until you made a cocker. You know, incredible bloke, and you know, there were very few like him. He was just dead lucky. He lived close to me in Swindon. And, you know, from just a luck point of view, went to him as an apprentice.
The best horse you rode for Fred and the worst horse you rode for Fred?
Probably would they be the same one? Oswald Eston was my favourite. He got me going. I think I rode about 16 races on him, but he was a proper tearaway. I used to ride him a double bridle. You know, he'd just suddenly take off. You couldn't hold him home. You couldn't hold him on a race course. But thankfully, he was a good jumper, and you'd have loved him. He was a full brother to Sunny Summers. They were absolutely identical, these two horses. One wanted 2 miles on hard ground. One wanted 3 miles in soft ground. If they'd been with a gambling trainer, they'd have had some fun, believe me.
We do love a good punt.
We like a nice punt.
Absolutely, who doesn't? Talking about jockeys these days, John, do you reckon it's harder or easier for a jockey now to become successful compared to your day?
I think if you can ride, I think it's a big help. A lot of jockeys these days, they start off pony racing, and I don't think they know the ins and outs of actually being able to ride. You know, if you go down and jump a 5-bar gate, most of them wouldn't have a clue what they were doing, and I think they miss out. And I think a lot of trainers don't understand that riding a horse, you've got to have a little bit of feel. You know, I go down and watch these jockeys on these training courses, and they'll say sit like this, sit like that. You want to be, your most important thing as a jockey is understanding what's going on underneath you. Whether the horse you're on is galloping and it's true to your speed, whether it's enjoying the ground, whether it wants a little bit softer, a little bit harder, wants to go left-handed, does it like going uphill, doesn't like going downhill, where's the winning post? That's what's got you going through your life. If you want to be a good jockey, somebody the other day asked me, it was a 2.5 hour race, I said, what are you watching? Then watching Ryan Moore to see where you should be in the race.
This order of St. George.
Yeah, he's got an horse, he's like 20 lengths in the race, but knows how fast he's going. You can't ride all the other horses. Your job is to know what is best for your horse and to get it from the start to the finish in the shortest possible time.
One thing I noticed about John's hand, look at the size of his hand compared to mine. Bloody
tiny. You've got really small ones.
Tiny, look at the size of those. Now, I'm not actually a bodybuilder, but his hands are twice as big as mine.
We're going to go out with a girl with hands like that. I can tell you, we all know why, absolutely. I think it's from years, right? You know, your kind of take a bit,
Yeah.
and it's just.
Is it all in the hips?
It's your body posture.
Okay.
You should balance with your legs and your body, not use your hands.
Yeah.
Most of them, they do 3 backwards somersaults if the reins broke.
Right.
That shouldn't be the case. You should be balanced. And if you want to give the horse a little bit when it's landing, or help it if it's just pecked.
Interesting. John, these days, what are you up to in life in general? How's things?
Very good. I'm full-time sort of gardener, dog's body.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit of building, which I enjoy. Listen, touch wood.
Yeah.
Steve,
I have
the life of Ryan.
Yeah.
You know,
Gained by the bonnets.
I do not do too much that I don't enjoy.
Right.
And my dad lives 100 yards from me. I obviously see him every day.
Yeah.
He brought all of us kids up, and he said, "Make work a pleasure." And it's so right. Whatever I do, I don't care if you give a hole to dig in the road. Go out and have a laugh doing it and
Brilliant.
enjoy it. And I'll tell you what, it stood me in good stead. Never ever worry about getting up in the morning at any time, going to work, get up and say, "God, I'm going to go enjoy it."
Okay, I'm going to put you in it now.
Go on.
You're going for a coup on one of your own horses.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can either have Nicky to train him or Paul Nichols.
Yeah.
And you can either have Ruby Walsh,
yeah.
or Tony McCoy. Which trainer and which jockey you're going to get in
Do
trouble
you know
for this?
what? If I'm honest, it wouldn't bother me.
Really?
They are
Diplomatic.
No, and I'm not being
Yeah.
I'm not because I would tell you the
Yeah.
truth. Nicky Henderson, I've known him since he was an apprentice or assistant trainer at Fred Winters. I've seen him come right the way through. Whatever it is, it's a sixth sense.
Yeah.
Willie Mullins, Aidan O'Brien, Paul Nichols, all the good trainers, they've got something else. Brian Delaney, who was head lad at Fred Winters, he went down and worked for Nicky just for a while, just to help out. He said, "You know what, you'll come round in the evening," and he's pissed, and he still sees things that we've missed.
Right.
It's
to detail.
It's just what you do. You just some people notice things. Paul Nichols, his mind never stops working. He's forever thinking, what can I do? Where can I win a race with that? Can I go and buy another horse? He's a plotter. I wouldn't want to play cards with him.
Right.
And they're both incredibly nice people. They're
Yeah.
incredibly generous with their time. There's 8 days in a week for Paul Nichols when it gets up towards Aintree and Cheltenham. He goes everywhere for charity, helps people out.
Yeah.
And Nick is exactly the same. Open day. He runs Lambourne open day basically. He'll make sure that there's half a dozen horses there to school. Helps with the show jumping. They're proper people. Nobody minds either one of them having any success at all.
Fantastic. And John, one of the questions that's coming from the younger racing audience, the kids these days, they say racing is very elitist. It's very hard to get into. What can racing do to get more young people involved and give them more opportunities? What needs to be changed?
I think that there needs to be a little bit more give and take with the hours that lads work these days. I think there needs to be more appreciation of people doing their job properly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lads that I look at them and I think, God, you're a proper lad. They look after their horses well. They can drive the lorry. They can put bandages on. They give an injection. They're invaluable, and I sometimes think that they're not appreciated quite as much as they are. There needs to be a little bit more of a system where you can build up from being just a young lad to a more experienced lad, and just move your way up the ladder a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the wages are getting better, but if you just forked out 100 grand for a yearly, there are lads that will make it worth double its money, just as well as there are loads of lads that will make it worth nothing in 2 minutes. The difference between a lad that knows when to give a horse a pat on the neck and a smack right in the backside is invaluable. Most of them, 9 times out of 10, lads don't talk to them and they don't pat them on the neck. And it's one of the first things you used to learn when you're in the pony club. So I just think more of an involvement for young people coming into the sport. Maybe, and it's just off the top of the head, whenever there's a bumper race, got to be ridden by lads in the yard.
Right.
And people are say. So I think the bumpers are a great opportunity for giving lads that work in the yard, if they're good enough to ride work, then they're good enough to ride in a bumper. Let them have a little bit. It's like having a day out, you know. Offices don't work 5 days a week all through the year. They have an office party, they have a day out. You've got to do things with people, make life more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So let them go and have a spin round in a bumper. Then they'll appreciate more what's involved when a horse gets beaten somewhere. And it's just keeping people interested and making them feel valued. And that's probably the same as any business that you care to think about, whether it's bookmaking, running, Marks and Spencers, whatever. Everybody in the world wants to feel as though what they're doing makes a difference. And I think sometimes the trainers probably get so, you know, involved with the horses they forget about the staff.
Sure, in-house. And talking about the cost of tickets going racing, recently at Royal Ascot, tickets were as high as £90. For youngsters trying to go racing, buying a suit, what's your views on that? Do you think it should be lowered?
You've got no chance.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that you've got to keep your standards up. But I like my tennis. How do kids afford to get a tin of tennis balls? They're like £7.
Yeah.
Who can afford to play tennis? You know, it's just ridiculous. So if you're smartly dressed, nobody expects to get entertained all afternoon for nothing.
Yeah.
But you know, as long as people are smart, they behave themselves, and when they're there, you know, a lot of people get taken racing. You know, I don't know, probably 300,000 people went to Ascot during the Royal meeting, and I think 250,000 of them were people that somebody paid for to go. Somebody needs to give them a couple of spare tickets, say, would you like to come again? And just engage them. There's no, in my mind, if you went back 100 years, there were 200,000 horses working in London. People saw horses day in, day out. People don't see them anymore. So I'd get them down to the paddock. I'd have a more enclosed saddling area, a more enclosed paddock area where you get to smell them closer, feel part of the action. Get somewhere where people can go up and touch them. Right. Being able to just stroke a horse. Feel part of it. Just be able, a little kid or a grown up or a girl, whatever, go up, just touch it. Makes a huge difference.
Brilliant. Well, we've been quite serious so far. Let's turn the subject a bit now. John, I was born in Tipperary in Clonmel. I know a good friend of yours, Gavin Ragg.
Oh yeah.
Who I met at a wedding recently and told me some great stories about John. None of which I can repeat on camera because they're way too sordid. But John, what's your most enjoyable story in racing that has a bit of a twist? Or what was the horse you were riding where you got into a bit of a scuffle with the jockey and?
Listen, because people forget, you know, when you go back 1970 when I started riding, there was no CCTV cameras. Right. You know, you'd be riding in a race and there'd be a bit of friction between a couple of jockeys. I saw Ron Barry one day get up beside another jockey and he pulled the bridle off of it. Right. Now, obviously you can't do that these days. I can remember going round behind the tote stand at Plumpton, and I went in first, came out last, and there was a steward's inquiry, and they said, what happened there? And I said, well, you know, horse fell in front of me, this, that, because nobody could see anything. Yeah. You know, I can remember riding in the fog at Chepstow one day, and Johnny Williams never jumped one single fence until the last. He went round every fence and was laughing at me because I was stupid enough to be jumping, and he came and jumped the last. And got third place. I mean, you know, so there's loads of things that happened. Yeah. And you just, things move on. But when I look back now, we probably had the best of it.
Far better than today's times. Unregulated fun. And John, you were talking to Trev about looking out for warning signs in the paddock before a horse was going to run for the punters at home. In general, horses that are sweating up, would it be leave them alone, watch out for next time?
If they're sweating between the back legs, it's normally a sign that they're thinking that something's going to hurt them. Yeah. Small horses cope with the heat on a very hot day. They cope with the heat better than big horses. Grey horses cope with the heat better.
Grey horses?
Grey horses.
Why is that?
Just the skin pigment colour, I don't know, for whatever, they just seem to cope with it better. If it's very soft ground, go and watch horses go down. You'll learn a lot watching horses go to the start, just have a look at their action. Some courses now that go down on the all-weather, you still get a good idea for what it is. The difference, it's like you running right on the edge of the water and then running 10 foot up in the deep sand.
Right.
Some people just love it.
Yeah.
Some people will flounder and are 10 times better off when they're down by the sea. So you cannot watch enough racing. You know, if you want to make money punting, you've got to really focus on a small number of horses. Like I said, all the sprinters or all the long distance within, or the middle distance, whatever, but don't spread yourself too thin. Know your horses.
John, looking forward to the National Hunt season starting this year. Any horses in particular to watch out for that caught your eye?
Well, the Gold Cup, time and time again, we watch a horse win and you think, oh God, that would be a really good horse for next year. And they, for whatever reason, they just slip by the wayside.
Yeah.
It takes an awful lot out of horses.
Amazing what Henrietta done with Best Mate.
When you look back, time and time again, you go back to what a great trainer she was and what a good horse he was. But you probably didn't appreciate it as much at the time. And then you go back and you look at Paul Nicholas' horses, you know, Corso Star to win, get beat, then come back again. Absolutely extraordinary. An extraordinary horse and extraordinary training performance.
Do you reckon if Willie Mullins gets Douvan back to his best, him versus Alistair in the champion chase?
God, I'll tell you, well, it would be a great race, but he is some trainer.
Yeah.
I was sitting there in Lombard the other day and thought, you know what, he's just run something at Royal Alaska that's won. He sends a horse down to the Melbourne Cup, he sends them to America. How he was a champion trader in Ireland last year, heaven only knows, Gordon Elliott looked home and host. Just an incredible reign, and he is a special guy.
He is indeed. Well, John, it was great to meet you, and
I'm
hopefully...
pleased to meet you. I'm just really sad I haven't got a body like you, Steve.
I'm going to get John Francome muscled up, and he's
You're
going
going
to
to have a body like mine if you're not careful, believe me.
Good man. John Francome.
Good lad.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Top stuff. Brilliant. So we're here at Oakley House, and we've got £3,000 for the Injured Jockeys Fund. It's been a great campaign with BetDAC, who gave me £100 to have a punt for 30 days. I managed to raise 2,100. BetDAC kindly topped it up to £3,000, Trev.
To £3,000. He's put the long hours in, late nights, doing the form, trying to get a winner for you punters out there. He's done quite well for the month, and it's a pleasure for us to come down to Oakley House and make a donation.
Indeed, we've seen the jockeys here, George Baker today, doing some rehabilitation, fantastic facilities, really helping them not only on a physical level, but on an emotional level as well. So this money will go to a great cause, and it's a great job from everyone involved. Well done.